one was already sold, but one back and
Saw it twice.
because it was so well
It was our
staged.
favorite, it was our favorite, it was our
That house
favorite.
was awesome.
It was
I
just a
agree.
really cool floor plan.
Good.
They had the best pantry ever.
Seriously.
Yes, I can live in a pantry, yes.
And
Yes.
what they're doing, if you've not seen a lot of new homes, I'm sure most of you have, is the laundry room is right off the master.
And the master
closet.
is
The master
massive.
And the master closet is
Massive.
huge in all these homes that we saw.
Yes. So it goes like it's that whole side is like your suite.
It
So you
is.
come in through your mudroom, you go into your laundry room, which goes right into your master closet, which goes right into your bathroom, which goes right into your master bedroom. So it's like just got this great flow to it.
So yeah, that's great that you guys paired up because then you guys probably both got to talk about the homes and give each other feedback on that home. So it was like you're learning double. You know,
Fair
you're
enough.
going, you're working
So
together.
it's not- and I've seen a lot more.
I was so glad it was my first home
Shopping and
stuff.
stuff.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I looked at
They were
years
like,
ago.
"What's
I
wrong
just
with
haven't
it?"
had
And then those details end up going to stand
I
out a lot more to you when you look at your own home. So you can still share those with Liliana. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Awesome.
No, it's not in February.
Okay, so if you
Yeah.
should already be done here.
So I have a question, you know, we done. I see your t-shirts. What's the difference between labs and maps?
So Labs is actually the program that you can sign up for whenever all the KW technology, as it's rolling out, you can sign up to be in the Labs program where you get to test it and you get to poke holes in it and use it. So that way you are one of the first ones that actually know what's going on with some of the systems and the models that we're going to be rolling out in technology. So I highly encourage it because then you can at least be used to some of the data that's in there and some of the process that way we do things. Maps is going to be more is coaching. Yep. So Maps starts, you can start here in productivity coaching, and then after you cap, then that's when we recommend that you go on up to and you get a Maps coach. And there are some other ways in between just regular productivity coaching and Maps coaching. So if you're not quite ready for a Maps coach, there are some like breakthroughs and some things that are shorter sessions that they're not quite as extensive and they're not quite as expensive. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Alright, so my name is Joy Bray. I'm excited that you guys all came out in this freezing rain to come to my class. I've never taught a class before, so this will be my first one. You're welcome. So I guess I will just start by kind of getting to know each other. As I do know a few of you here, but I think that we should introduce ourselves, quick tell a story about yourselves, and I can start. So I got in this business in 2015. I actually had sold real estate in Scottsdale, Arizona many years ago. If you know anything about Scottsdale or Phoenix, completely different market than Springfield, Nixa. It was really hard. There's a lot of competition. The prices are really high. And unfortunately, I became a statistic and I did not do well. So, this statistics are really high on fail rate. So, when I moved here, I decided I was going to get back into it. I was so excited. And then I saw the home prices here. Nobody's making any money in Missouri, so I'm in real estate. So I kind of put it off for a while, and that was kind of a limiting belief for me. I worked at Chase for 7 years until I just couldn't walk in that building anymore. And I quit and cashed out my 401k and jumped full in 2015. It was terrifying, I'm sure if you're new, you're probably terrified. I was definitely terrified. My husband was terrified. But I was not going to be a statistic again. I was determined, and I just put my mindset correctly to do that. So in 2016 was my first year, my first full year. I have a partner, his name is Ryan Kell. We created Gateway Real Estate Keller Williams, and we set a goal of $9 million together for our first year, which seemed super high and amazing, and so we ended up hitting that goal in 2016. So we were super stoked. So then we were like, let's do it again next year. So in 2017, we were able to do about the same amount of business. And then in 2018, we were very comfortable with our team, and we had built a big database. And so I said, okay, so we're going to double it. And poor Ryan, he's very relaxed and kind of chill kind of guy, and he was like, yeah, get to work, bud. We we actually did double it in 2018 to almost $18 million in sales. So that was amazing for us, and we're just going to continue to grow. And I say, if you're new, don't be scared. It is totally possible to be very successful in this business. And taking this class is going to definitely skyrocket that, as long as you build your database and work your database and are committed. I have full faith that you can do it. So I am a mother of 3. Don't judge me. One is 21, one is 8, and one is 2 years old. So I'm a little crazy. This year I want to spend a little bit more time with my family, so we're planning to expand and hire a buyer's agent, which will give us maybe a day off or 2. That would be great. And just by teaching and attending training and being consistent in our business, I feel like we can definitely hit our goal for this year. And I think if you've set your goal, I have full confidence that you can do that as well. So, do you have any questions about me or?
What's your 2019 goal?
$30 million is our total, 150 sales. So Brian he's my number guy, so he's broken that all down on what it's going to take to get us there. Basically, we need to put 3 under contract a week every single week. So we're a little behind already. So we need to put 5 under contract this week. And we have 4 listing appointments and 12 active buyers. So hopefully some of those will be going under contract this week. And like you said, the weather does play a role. Some people are motivated, they're ready to get out there, they don't care if it's raining, they don't care if it's snowing. I'll put my raincoat on and go. Other people are like, I think it's supposed to sprinkle today. They won't go. Once the weather gets nicer, consistently, springtime is when it's just full, like you just run it every day. But what other questions?
Did you start by yourself or just with the team always?
We did start with the team. So Ryan and I have known each other for, I don't know how long we knew each other. He was a realtor, and he just kind of under the radar, you don't have to beg him to be, his agent. And so when I approached him, it was crazy. When I approached him and I said, hey, so we're going to team up. And the first thing he said was, no, we're not. And I said, yeah, bud, we are actually. We're going to be 50-50 partners. We're going to start our own business, and we're going to be very successful. And he's like, I'm not interested in training a new person. I'm just doing my own thing. But I convinced him that we were doing that. And we did it. And now he's like, I'm not selling real estate without you. So we just are a really great team in the fact that every single thing that he is good at is kind of my weakness. And every single point that I'm strong at is his weakness. So it's like the perfect yin and yang that just magically works together. So this is Tawny. Tawny and I have known each other. We worked at Chase together, and she was our client. So kind of the dynamic that Ryan and I have, and she can testify that we are great. So that's why Tawny is here. We have sold her house, and she was just so impressed with how we did it. Here she is. Yes, so very excited for you. I'm excited for you. So what else? Nothing? This is Natalie. She is my admin. We added her last year, and she is amazing. I don't know how we did it without her. She's amazing. So if you see her around the halls, she's going to gradually start growing because she's pregnant with twins. So she might be a little bigger every time you see her. So far, they have not made their appearance. But if you see Natalie around, make sure you say hi to her. Amazing. Nobody can have her. She's like. So if you want to start and tell you a little bit about yourself.
I'm Sheila Johnson. I got my license in August. We had sold an investment property in our house for sale by owner. Both of them got more than the realtors told us we could get. The personal home in the spring, when we were trying to sell it, every realtor that came through that wanted to preview the home to try to get the listing, it told me I should be a realtor. I had been thinking about it for a long time. We walked away with $26,000 more than the realtors told us we could get.
Nice.
And once we moved into our new home, which we bought before we sold, I finished painting, and then I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I jumped right in and started taking the classes, got my license, got it mid-August. I just closed on my first listing this morning, so it's official. I knew the last 24 hours they decided that we had told them they were going to get a new roof when we had never done that, so we didn't know if we were going to close, but apparently we were in the right.
Excellent.
Anyway, so that was crisis averted, and I think I closed 4 other ones, and I have 3 or 4 more under contract, one's waiting on an initial. So, and then in the last 48 hours, I have 2 new listing appointments and a couple new buyers, and then a buyer that I was working with last fall came up with a down payment. So, it's been crazy couple of days.
Well, that's exciting. So we did that open house together when you were like fresh,
I know, you were so motivated.
right? And we had so much fun at our open house. And I've been watching you, and I've been seeing everything they were doing, and I'm like, oh, Sheila, she's doing so good. So
I try to think all the time about how you're saying social media, and I'm like, I hate social media.
no, you're doing pretty good at it. I've been watching you, and I think one of the keys that you seem to have picked up on is, you know, appearing to be very successful and professional. And, you know, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, Sheila. Because I just remember when we were, you know, you were brand new. We just did the open house together, and I was, you know.
I think I've had my license like 2 days.
I know, you were like brand new. So, good job, sister.
Thank you.
I'm Kim Minningham. I've been doing it since about July. I was at another place before I was here for about 3 months and decided that I needed something different, so chose to come here, and it's going great.
Excellent.
So,
Yay. And her daughter and my daughter are friends, our 21-year-old.
I'm Liliana Owen, and I sold my business about last year, and I went home for 4 months. I got my license before I left. When I came back, I had to renew my license, even though I didn't use it.
Right.
And I've been doing it since October. I have 4 listings, and I have 1 contract. It fell through, but they're fixing the house. I've got told them to fix it before. They didn't answer. Listen. And I'm working with some buyers right now. So
Good job.
thank you.
I'm Donna Heeman, and I've always been interested in real estate, but I started my professional life in public relations and marketing, and spent 20 years in that in nonprofit management. And I'm now revisiting real estate, which I'm totally excited about. Joined Keller Williams at the end of December, and looking forward to selling.
I'm Tawny. Joy trained me at Chase 6 years ago, and it sucks my soul out of me, so that's why I'm here. I've been talking about real estate for probably 2 years, but then Chase opened up in home, so I was like, well, who doesn't want to work from home? And it's still the same awful job, so I went and got my books one day and came home. My husband's like, okay, so you're doing this. I said, yeah, I'm doing it. I talked to Joy, and she's been great, so. We're doing it.
We're doing it.
I haven't been to class, I haven't been to school yet, so I'm very new. But I'm here, I'm excited to learn.
And she's like the sweetest, most little puppy that you've ever met in your life. She's just
Yeah, don't look at all this, like,
Well, no, she's the sweetest girl you ever meet. I'm not kidding. That's her ever. So I'm excited for you.
My name is Mike Bongadani. I retired as a project manager in Florida 2 years ago, and I've been twiddling my thumbs, painting the house and all that, and so I decided to get into this. And so I'm brand new with Keller Williams, started Monday.
Well, welcome aboard.
And my previous experience with real estate was on the other end, the client end. I had some really interesting experiences selling and buying houses. So
you know what to do and what not to do.
I know what not to do. Yes.
All right, well, I'm actually Sorrel. I drove up to Jeff on last Friday and got my temporary license, so I haven't got to do anything yet. I got my bachelor's degree in psych in communication in 2015.
You'll need that.
Yep. And basically I got a job right out of college, being a social worker for people with physical and mental disabilities and substance use. So, to say the least, in the last 3 years, my patience and people skills has exponentially increased. I'm kind of to that point of soul sucking.
And I had to get out, and plus the pay is just garbage, to be honest. And I know that I deserve a better life than that, and I worked hard in college for 4 years to not live this way, so I was like, you know what, I don't need $20,000 plus more dollars in debt to go back to, get my master's, so here I am.
Excellent. That psychology stuff is my first one. I'm gonna use it every day.
I'm Paul Morgan, got my license in November, joined the real estate drivers team. Actually, they brought me in, I like to call myself a liquid logistics relocator, which is fancy for a tanker driver, and pull the tanker around the United States everywhere. And, I just hit the ground running with them. I've hit the ground, they pushed me. I'll put it that way. We've got a pretty good team, we've got the negotiator, which is the redheaded Carolyn, And then we've got, Charles, he's the pusher. I call myself a politician because I like to kiss the babies and shake hands and meet people, so that's where we're at.
Well, they're a great team, so I'm excited for them and for their growth. Tim?
Hey guys, I'm Tim Hawley. I am a 3-year agent. Moved here from Los Angeles in 2010 where I worked as a commercial photographer for large advertising agencies. In 2015, I decided to have a local business, so I joined Keller Williams. The next year I did $5 million. Last year I did $6 million. I'm here because Joy Bray and Ryan are just amazing, and what they've accomplished in the past couple of years. Watching them and their personalities and their mix has just been, no pun intended, but it has been a joy.
I appreciate that.
And so I just wanted to honor your class today. See what you had to say.
Well, that's so
Thank
nice.
you.
I appreciate that very, very much. We work hard. I hear a lot of people tell us that we are inspiring and that they're following us, and I love, it's a little intimidating, but I love it. I do hope that we are inspiring everybody. Sometimes for me, I feel like we're doing great, and then, I see, the bigger teams, and I'm all, oh man, we suck. Like, we're doing terrible. But in reality, it is just the two of us and Natalie. So I am proud of our accomplishments, and I want everybody to know that it can be done, and it can be done quickly. So I appreciate that.
You guys have exceedingly high integrity.
Yes.
You have fantastic energy, and your growth has been really, chartable and amazing. And it's those three things that are why everybody's going,
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing too, perception is reality. So a lot of people tell me that I'm like the queen of Nixa. Oh my gosh, Joy's the queen of Nixa. That's not true, you guys. That's not even true at all. There are lots of other agents in Nixa that sell in Nixa way more than I do. However, because of my social media skills and because I put signs everywhere, because my hair, I don't know, and our energy, people have this perception that we are selling Nixa, and that's great. I say thank you very much. We love living and working in Nixa. I don't ever sell them. No, I don't. Jason Maskell sells 24% that we do. But so if you do put yourself out there as high energy and successful and ready to help, people are going to be drawn to that. So I think it's really important. And Ryan and I have kind of just kept to being very people before profit oriented, and that is, people like that. They don't want you to think that you're chasing them for a commission check, and we are never doing that. We genuinely help people buy homes, and we don't sell homes. So,
the business, I come from restaurant management, so you can kind of see where I want to get out of that.
I did that for a
So
long
I'm
time.
just excited to learn and develop my public speaking skills.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
I'm Chelsea Wolf. I was licensed in Nebraska for 3.5 years and just kind of needed a life change and everything. My best friend lives down here in Republic, so I was kind of like, okay, I'll maybe move to Missouri and start over. So I'm here. I got my license and started in October. So just learning the differences between states. The forms are insanely different, like Nebraska and Missouri touch, so that's kind of weird. I thought that maybe was similar. So yeah, just getting used to stuff.
All right. Well, the more you look at it, the so you'll get it.
I'm Elizabeth Sherwood. I got my license last April. I moved here a few months before that from Nashville. I've been in academia for many years. I've been working as an adjunct professor for about 4 years. And looking at the statistics for that career in history, it would have been another 6 years working part-time, working 4 jobs a year, just a little bit more than I made a target. I decided it was either that, move on to a new career, stick it out, go for the PhD. I said, screw that. Let's move on. I'd also like to pay off my student loan before I retire, like I've said several times. So, a job that the hard work, if you put it in, it pays off instead of just, you learn stuff. So I sound bitter, but I decided new chance, new career, actual money.
And when did you start doing this?
April is when I was licensed. Started here March 20th.
And you're doing good, right?
Yeah, slow. 3 closings, but I'm getting there.
That brings you. Ryan.
Hey, Joy. I'm sure I'm Joy's favorite person from the deal we did last July.
Oh yeah, Marcus. No, Marcus. I love the Marcus too, man, for real. Easy, great to work with, very professional.
Likewise, so I'm the buyer's agent for the Mark Stewart Group, and I'm here plugging in to as many Ignite classes as I can go to, because there is never a time where the basics don't matter in this business, and Ignite is about the basics. So I'm just trying to get back to basics, because that becomes harder to do the more your business scales. And so I love Joy, I love working with Joy on the deal, and I'm excited to see what she has to say.
I'm Steve Chilson. I've been in business a year and a half now. Last year I did almost 500,000 in production, and once my closings start this year, I've already beat that. So I've been in the construction industry for 17 years, and I got tired of working my back, so I decided to do paperwork instead. I like working with people, helping them sell homes, buy homes. So that's me in a nutshell.
I love it.
I'm Nick Dillman, been in a little over 2 years, and Tim, like I said, I'm just here listening to Joy and her other attitude, and get some wisdom.
Well, I hope I can hold up to all the standards. I've never taught a class before. I'm not real good at standing up in front of a group of people.
Great.
Yeah, well, you guys are all talking.
It's all about delegation.
Yeah, so, okay, well, I'm excited. So, I guess we can go ahead and get started. First thing I want to ask you guys, though, is how many of you are currently cappers?
Cappers?
Yes. Okay, great. How many of you want to be a capper? Every single one of you are. Okay, so one of my first goals when I did get in this business was just simply to be a capper. Now it's to be capping as fast as possible. Like, we gotta beat this goal. Like, I wanted to cap in December. Our cap starts over December. My goal was to cap in December. We did not do that. But capping as fast as possible, because once you cap, you get all of your money, and it's great. So Ignite is for cappers in training. So always want to keep that at the top of your mindset, that capping is amazing. Like, actually, when you go back, like in December, you're like, it's time to start making Keller Williams again. So it's just exciting. The first time that we capped, I hadn't been paying attention, and I got my check, and the first thing I called Ryan, and I was like, they forgot to split our checks. And Ryan's all, no, girl, we capped. And I was like, what? And it took us until, I was like, this is, oh my God. And that first year, it took us all the way until almost the end of October. So we start over in December. So we didn't cap for very long. And then the second year, I think we capped in like March or April. And then we've consistently been closing the gap on our cap. But capping is definitely want to be your goal, because there's nothing better than keeping all of your money. So I have no idea how to work this. What do I do?
Elizabeth can
You can just use the arrows on the board. You can go to the next slide. Which one? This one? Yeah. Okay. Or you can use the quicker thing, but all right. So does everybody have this? your laptop, you can use your tablet, you can use note cards. I'm a paper person. My husband actually bought me this iPad, this fancy little pen, and he gets really mad at me because I have no pens with paper all over my house.
I don't know where we're at.
We're just, like it says, page 6. Section 3.
Okay.
It's called Finding Your Business.
6. Oh, okay.
So whatever you're comfortable with, don't feel like you need to be on a laptop or anything. I'm working on using this for my husband. But I mean, literally, paper is my jam. I don't know. I have a planner, like a paper planner. I don't know. Envelopes, napkins. So we're just kind of go through some things, like, and we'll kind of talk about this. We got some videos to watch, and we'll do some takeaways. So the first thing we need to do is we're going to add 10 people to your database every single day. So it seems a little overwhelming when you're first starting. Your sphere of influence that's your gold mine. Your database is your gold mine. And when I got with Brian, I was like, all right, so we're going to put all of our stuff in the database. And he was like, okay. And he handed me this notebook that was like 100 pages of like chicken scratch. Like, I mean, and he's all, okay, put this in. And I was all, screw you, bud. And like, you couldn't read, I mean, it was a mess. I gave Natalie that paper, and she made sense of it and put it in for us. But for a long time, the database was very overwhelming with what Ryan had given me. So I just started putting all my own contacts in, and I continue to put contacts in for every single person that I talk to, with whatever information I have from them, even if it's just their name, their Facebook account, whatever, their phone number, whatever it is. So I do 10 every single day. And I try to speak with 10. Sometimes it's really overwhelming to talk to 10 different people from your database every day, but it is very important. Also, do you guys preview? It's really important to preview. Who knows why it's important to preview?
Because you know what's on the market.
Correct. You become the market expert when you're out there seeing the homes, seeing the prices, seeing how quickly they go under contract or how long they're sitting there. So previewing homes is something that I still do, even though I'm busy almost every single day with buyers clients. You can consider those previews. I still go on my own and I preview 10 homes every single week. I'm actually training my 9-year-old. She's Gateway 2.0. She's really good too. She's like, she'll go with me to showings and she'll say things like, "You guys have got to see this master closet." I'm like, get a girl. So now the 2-year-old, not so much. But previewing is very important. So we will make calls. I don't know if we're going to do that right this second, but let's kind of go through here. Oop. All right. So agents who take Ignite achieve 71% more contacts, 65% more calls, and 88% more previews. So why do you think that is?
Mindset.
And you almost feel like I'm holding you accountable, right? Or your trainers are holding you accountable to like get out there and do it. I'm not going to follow up with you, but I want you to do it. So accountability is a huge, huge thing. That's why I put my goals very public, and it helps everybody to kind of keep me accountable to my stuff. So I love this. This is so true. So your leads and your database and all of that lead to appointments, which lead to agreements, which leads to contracts, which leads to contracts. Are we going too fast? Nope. So when we make our calls, we're going to go through and capture their information, connect with them, close them. So closing doesn't mean, closing, it's out of company, they sold out. That means that you've closed the deal. You have asked for the appointment and you have gotten the appointment. And then it's just the cycle. And then once you get cultivate, then you get 2 contracts, and then you get 2 paychecks. So all the people who know you, trust you, and may do business with you. So trust is very, very important in this business. Whether they're spending $50,000 on a house, or $500,000 on a house, for us, everybody gets treated exactly the same. Because if someone were to come and put $50,000 in front of you, damn, that's a lot of money. So those people get, right, $50,000 cash. So I know a lot of agents are like, $50,000. But to those people, that's a lot of money, and they need to be treated just as importantly as, you know, anyone who's spending a lot of money. All right, so let's get some contacts going. Do you guys have a paper that you should have a paper that asks you for the contacts? Where's that at? Right. So on page, let's see, 14, is it 14? No, 7. There should be a report. There we go. So, can I take this? So it looks like this. Am I still in here? So this is where we're going to put our contacts. And this is where you're going to kind of keep track of this as well. So this will be your previewed homes, your notes, your connections. Is that the one? I think there's another one. This one. It's on the next page.
What session are you in?
3.
You're still in 3?
Yeah.
And what page are you on?
This one is page 8. Yeah, so it looks like this. So it'll say the names, the phone numbers. I give everybody my app. If they're referred. So go ahead and try to write down all 7 people that you can kind of think of. And if you have their information and all that stuff, because we're going to make calls as well. Alright, so it'll take about 15 minutes to do that.
Where do you get the do not call list?
Yeah, I have it saved on my thing. Do you know where it is? Like how to like get to it? I'm spoiled now, everything's like saved. Let me look. I know, I have it saved.
I would like to know that.
Technology spoils us, right?
And how often is that updated?
That's a great question.
I think it's every 30 days.
Is it every 30 days? It's the National Do Not Call Registry, so it's www.consumer.ftc.gov.
Consumer.ftc.gov.
Yeah, and then when you go to that page on the very top, it says Do Not Call, and that's where you can register your number, and that's where you can also check it out.
Consumer dot what? Sorry.
Consumer.f as in Frank, T as in Tom, C as in cat, .gov.
Federal Trade Commission.
Yes. And people will threaten you if you don't check it. Definitely check it.
We just put like random people that we know on there?
Yeah.
Like just from our list?
Yeah. They don't have to be random. You're
So like they
here.
could be like 4 sisters and my mom, my friend.
If you want to take the easy one. No, yes, you can put them.
Can you call your appointments that you have and verify that you're meeting them at 4:30 this afternoon?
I mean, you should definitely do that, but I don't know about that. I mean, you want to put new people that you're gonna connect with. Potential business. And you need to stop telling people to call me. They're gonna call you now.
Well, that was like
I
4 months ago.
I know, just saying.
December, I'm like, I'm doing it.
You just tagged me in, you just tagged me in a post, not like a week ago.
That was
Like,
an
don't-
accident.
they're gonna call you now. Yeah, I mean, there's not a single page of my plan that's not just scribbled on, and poor Natalie, I take a picture of it, me and Margo, like, sent her, she shows me her hours and everything, and I'm like, she's like, what is it? Ryan's better. I mean, by the end of last year, it was just ripped up, tore up, like, there was notes everywhere, I saved them every year, because I need to go back to them, but I'm like, this is an agent planner, so it has, it's for real estate agents. So it has, places for you to plan your goals and all that. I haven't even focused on it yet, which kind of things to keep you on track. And, your annual goal kind of broken down. And the reason that I actually chose this is because it breaks everything down by the hour. So I need these hours. So that's why I chose this. And then, every day you can track your miles of what you do and kind of see your pipeline for the week, the buyers and sellers and
So it's not an address, it's kind of telling you this because we're closing house right next to it.
Oh, really?
So, on Maple.
On Maple?
We're at 244 Joel.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna be.
No, crazy photo.
So you can keep that in mind, just make sure you give me a good compliment.
Well, he's not ready, we went to talk to him on Wednesday, he's not ready, he's lived there like 20 years, and he added on to the back, and
I just told him Maple, I just wanted to know.
yeah, 634 Maple, so,
Anyway, I just told the Maple, because I knew I had to turn on Maple to go to it.
yeah.
Okay.
This is called the Ultimate Agent Planner, so,
Where did you find that?
no, I think I kind of researched a couple different places, and this one had the most positive reviews. Yeah. I had a rose gold. So I was like, so it's designed for adults. So it has goal planning, and, 5-year-old, 2-year-old, 1-year-old. I haven't done any of this yet. But the thing that really I like about it is that it breaks it down by the hour. And you can track your miles, your expenses, your buyers and your sellers for the week, so you're not constantly going back to, a piece of paper or your whiteboard, whatever, you have it right there in front of you. Yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
okay. Okay.
And, you should know that better about writing it.
Ah, qué bien.
What's
Qué
the name?
bien.
This is called the Ultimate Agent
Ustedes son
Planner.
matrimonio, ya tienen casa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's great. I love it. I'm lost.
Ay, ya. ¿Y qué hace acá de ti también?
I like this one. I give Ryan black.
Porque ya, that's what I was ellos se usan para texto.
All right, you guys have some names written down, some numbers? You guys already calling?
Todo bien, gracias a Dios.
All right, I'll give you a few more minutes.
Y entonces,
We're gonna start making some calls. You're gonna make calls, but you can't do anything just yet, so there's not much that you can do.
I can call my best friend and process it.
There is a new to real estate script, so it's just, really easy. Hi, this is Tani. Do you have a minute? Kind of just do whatever, like, I'm gonna share some exciting news with you. I just became real estate agent in Colorado. And you can kind of do it however you want, that's customized to you, because you don't want to sound scripted. The script goes, with this new partnership, I have all their knowledge working for me. Plus my clients will get all my enthusiasm from my work. I thought about sharing with you because I know that you would be someone to help me grow my business. And just kind of go from there.
No big deal.
You're fine. So there's a lot of things that you can't do because you're not licensed.
No, she can't announce that she's
No?
partner broker.
No, because you haven't gone to school yet, huh? I keep forgetting you haven't gone to school yet.
But if you have a friend that you could call to practice with, that you know it's like not gonna turn you into the MRC, then you
Yeah. Yes, okay. I forget that you haven't gone to school yet. When are you going?
February, I moved it to February.
Oh, okay, because I thought it was already.
Yeah, it was April.
Oh, you moved it up. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So just practice. Nobody that's going to turn you in.
Can you send me that, or is that like something that?
This should be on page 10, I think.
not much.
9 or 10.
Not to do that until you register with MRC. You cannot announce yourself.
Yeah.
So I will, you
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
practice district.
You guys can do it with each other.
I called a friend of
Instead of
mine,
calling
who's
her.
a joint member of council, he's on 97.
Yeah.
I would say that.
Yeah.
That makes us, I think that's, you're probably
No,
fine,
I
as long as
forgot
you're gonna stay with your friends.
I did,
I
when I worked
There's
again.
a last minute decision.
That way you work over the top of my God, I don't really want to on your very reputable friends. I know that aren't gonna, necessarily judge you or we have to get MRC, but at least when you do present them, you'll have a very strong story.
I did talk to a lady, and I said, I'm kind of one person waiting for my license, I was like actually scared.
That's
So are they the only two that are licensed? Everybody else is licensed. I think everybody else can make calls. So you guys can just script practice with each other.
Yeah, I would just say you guys.
Yeah, that would make me feel better.
Just rehearse it a few times.
Yeah.
How does it work
It's
if
gonna feel
you
awkward
have a
because
temporary
it's
permit,
jumping
but you haven't
into
joined the board yet, so I don't have an MLS number, is that?
You're still a real
Not
estate
you wanted to
agent.
start, it's that you've done it a couple of times now.
I was like, I didn't know, cause I'm like in the middle of that.
Yes, you can sell real estate without being a realtor. But you have to join the board to be a realtor to get access to the MLS.
I see,
No, I just got this book.
All right, you guys ready?
I'm trying to remember.
So if you look at page 9, there's a bunch of scripts. And you can pick the one that you're comfortable with. And you can call your sphere. And to be honest with you, if you don't want to physically call them and you want to send them a text message, it's the middle of the day on Friday, I would be fine with that. A lot of people do respond faster by text message than they do by phone call. I know that Keller Williams would probably like you to call, but I get better response from text message. Do you guys?
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of
Or
50-50.
Facebook Messenger. Facebook
I
Messenger.
think it depends on the person and you.
My Facebook
you
Messenger
yourself
is-
too, 'cause
yes.
That's how I always talk to people, is text anyways, so if I'm calling someone, they're gonna be like.
Yeah, I'm like, why is my phone ringing?
Most of the day, it's the persons at work, a lot of times they'll text.
Yes, they will call you, or they'll text you at
Or a
work.
majority of the people I know won't answer because of that.
Right. So if you do want to text, I'm fine with that. And one of the reasons I also like text is it does keep a better record of who you talked to and kind of what you talked about. So I do refer back to text messages. I use Facebook, if you know me at all, I use Facebook like it is no one's business. And my messenger is a huge resource to me because I can talk to so many people and then I can go back and I can remember what we talked about, when we talked about, how long it's been since we talked about it. And it seems to work better for me than a phone call because I don't know. But I'm totally cool with you guys texting. So we'll take, what, 20 minutes? Let me see. Oh, we're gonna watch a video. Where do we find the video? Should we watch the video first before we call?
I think that's actually part of their homework, is that they're supposed to watch.
Did you guys watch the video? I watched it 5 minutes before we came up here. Give you the brief. It's two Canadians and their brothers, and they said stop watching the video. I think everyone's started calling. There we go. So that was it. It's like two second long video of really them saying that their business had grown exponentially from breaking the barrier of being scared of calling, and they went. And their stats were like ridiculous. Like they were like, we're average of we sell $47 million a year. And I was like. So I don't know what the market's like in Canada, but apparently it's great. And then they like doubled or tripled their business or something from calling. So calling and contacting people it's the foundation of your business, because really it's going to be very hard as a new person to just think that people are going to be like, oh, hey, I heard you got your license, I'd love for you to come by and sell my house.
No, that's exactly what
And I'm very non-pushy, non-salesy. I offer my assistance, and if they say yes, I lock down the appointment. If they say no, I kick it down the road to the next person. So don't be afraid of rejection. It is gonna happen. You are gonna get rejected. If you let it get in your feeler box and you dwell on that, that's gonna eat you up. Don't do that. Shake it off. You will definitely get rejected. So don't, it happens to everybody. I bet you Dan Hope gets rejected. Yes.
When you do have an objection, do you just say, okay, move on, or do you?
No, I mean, I do try to overcome their objection, whatever that may be. But you can tell. Someone's at my front door.
What are some of the things, like some of the scripts that you use to overcome some objections?
It just really depends on the conversation that we're having.
Just like the initial, introduce yourself, hey, I'm new to real estate, are you looking to buy yourself? They say no, how do you overcome that?
Well, that's a great question. I don't make those calls anymore. So, I mean, just basically, I, offer my assistance, and if they are like, no, I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. If you did ever want our assistance, or if you want a free market analysis, like, I offer them something. If they keep rejecting, like, I'm out, because I'm low pressure. And I do offer even then to send them the app. Like, okay, I understand that maybe now isn't really going to work for you. You know what I would like to do for you though? I'm going to send you my real estate app. That way you can kind of see what homes are selling for in your area. And if you want to call me, you can just hit connect, and we can talk later. But I'm so super low pressure. So.
But you're still coming from contribution, right? You're offering them something even at the end of it.
Yes, the app is amazing. I used the app in Turks and I was like pulling it up. No, I don't live there. Not to download my app, but even if they're just interested in what's around them. And I've never had anyone be like, no thanks, I'm deleting your text or whatever. I think I have a pretty good amount. I mean, a couple hundred maybe downloaded apps. I don't know what's a good number on that though. Do you know?
No, I don't know, and it's hard because it's not a good way to track it right now, because you can't actually see how many people have downloaded it until they actually fill out the profile.
Oh,
They have to fill out the profile in order for them to count as one of your downloads.
So if they just download it and they don't do anything on it, we can't see it.
So you may have way more than that.
Yes, so you could potentially have a lot more if you just haven't filled out their profile. To my knowledge, that's the best I think that we can do right now.
Do you guys offer the app?
All the time.
All the time, right?
It's a good way to get the phone number.
So when you're offering the app, are you just like, hey, download my app, it's great? Or like, what do you say?
I say like, hey, if you're looking at a property, I sometimes will find a neighborhood I like. And it's not about necessarily the house, it's about the neighborhood. So if you find a neighborhood you like, the great thing is that you open it up and it'll show you all the houses right around you, and it's so convenient. So.
Well, I have a lot of apps, Sheila, and I use Zillow.
Well, can you open it up and see the house just next around the corner and without having to look for it?
Yeah.
Really? Show me how that's done.
I don't really have Zillow.
I used Zillow before I became a realtor, so.
Right, and everybody does use Zillow. So my personal objection to overcome Zillow is that our app pulls from the MLS, updates real time every 15 minutes, where Zillow does not. So that does kind of help people. So I'm like, you ever been on Zillow? So it's inaccurate information. That's not going to happen on Keller Williams. So that's kind of my, you can use that if you want to or not. But I've never really played with the Zillow app, so I don't know.
I gotta come back on that one too. I always tell the client when they have the app and they say Zillow, I say, yeah, Zillow, you get on Zillow, you have 4 different realtors on that site. Who are you gonna choose to, if you wanna preview that home on my app, it's only me, so you know it's me, you've met me. So all you gotta do is there's 3 ways to contact me. You can send me a text, call me, or email me.
Yeah.
About the information on the house.
I'm sure getting a random. Yeah, so that is
Instead of
really good.
random
I love that it's branded.
My app's better. Download it and you can talk to me.
He looks like Negan though, so you're gonna all do what he says, right?
I said that too, because I had a person have Murray's app on their phone. I said, my app's better.
It is better.
And I sent it to him.
Did you say you like my app better?
Yeah, and then they're like, all right, let's check it out. Let's see what it's all about.
I use it in open houses a lot. I'd say, how did you find your open house? Which I wanna know anyway.
Yes.
And then whatever their answer is, I say, well, I've got a great resource for you. If you download my real estate app, it actually pulls up all the open houses for every company.
Yes.
Which is unlike the other ones that are out there. You know, usually you have to go to the Murray site to see the Murray open houses. Zillow is like 2 days late on what's available, so this is a great resource for you to take your open houses for next week.
Agree. I do that at open houses as well, and I ask them to download my app.
My app's better.
My app's better.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, and that's great to open it up with a question like, how did you find this open house? I have an even better way to find open houses, so I like that a lot. So there are a bunch of scripts here, so I want you to kind of pick which ones work best for you. There's one where you're, calling someone that gave you a referral. You can go on the next page. There's one that says, you're new to real estate, introducing yourself, letting your people know how exciting it is. There's ones that are switching if you're coming from a different company to Keller Williams, you're new to Keller Williams. There's one for myself, just reminding them that I'm in real estate. Or there's one for you back there, so I'm new to the area, so that one's good. So let's see how long they want us to take for that. Doesn't say. So that's gonna be my favorite one. So let's take 20 minutes to call. What time is it? Let's take 15 minutes to call. And if you don't feel comfortable sitting here and calling, feel free to walk around. You don't want to have like a call center type feel in the background. For me, I like to have yes, when you get a lot of people talking and then this good. I mean, our phones are kind of better these days at drowning out the back noise. But if you don't want that call center feel free to wander around and let's just be back here 15 minutes.
Can I come up to the front and chat while they do it?
Yes, come and chat.
I should have yours. This is my favorite because we got under contract.
Yeah.
Like this fireworks show is free.
Yeah.
Contract. You always suffer.
Mine's like, what's wrong with this? I'm crying.
Somebody cried. Leave me alone. I was really good on it.
Yeah, but she came on the wrong time. And she came on too high. And I told her to tell her like, that's not what the paper said. She lied to you. Like, I'm telling you, the stats right here. She said she lied.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm calling your Melissa. Yeah, no, she's not. No, I'm Melissa. And I'm gonna let you talk like you would really talk. So you go.
I was like, and she was like, and then, we were like, oh, right now. I was like,
I was surprised.
I was shocked.
I was like,
It was so low.
I was like,
I was like scared to make the call, but we did it.
So did you guys have the office? I gotta go to every Thursday. You're usually there.
We got the office right now. We're about the rest of it.
Are you one of us? Exactly. But do you split it up, listings and buyers, or do you, because I didn't think so yet.
We are just,
Do you guys meet together, or see off meeting clients?
yeah, it's really neat.
We do all this departments together, representatives of
Well,
the
marketing technology.
and no matter what we talk about that. And then from there, whoever from
from your agency or friends?
Well, I mean, we do have
school or
So,
Well, if you've got a buyer, does Ryan Rock show up, is that convenient for you? You guys ain't gonna get that one?
yeah, so we call each other in the morning, I'm like, my day looks like this, what's your day look like? Okay, I got this, and this, you take this, I'll take this, you need this, all right.
Yeah, so, you know, if you talk to anybody, or you
So you do a quick 15 minutes at the start of the day, you guys reconnect at the end of the day and say, I got this,
All
this,
day,
this,
all
this.
day.
give them a phone and have
All day.
and
Oh, so you guys are really, really close.
We are interchangeable.
Right.
Everybody knows that, there's no confusion, so I can all like, that Brian. Cool.
I appreciate it.
But,
Well, we have
once
to go
they
to
meet us, they know us, and a lot of times we group text with,
Look at your
with all
calendar.
with all of our clients, everybody's on the same page.
Saturdays are
But
good for me, I know you're
every
busy weekends, but maybe even, you know, a weeknight, you always know what's going on, and you can stay home. Well, it's great talking
Now,
to
is
you.
Natalie more contract to close or is she support overall?
Okay, trustee Sam, appreciate it.
Right.
And just throw stuff at her, every day is different.
Alright.
Like, she'll text me in the morning, like, okay, well, that's all around, I'm like, yeah. And the next thing I'll be out, she's like, what?
So you just make a list of stuff I'm gonna get done and check that out?
Google Calendar has kind of task force on the side, and like, text me to like write little tasks.
She's working, so
Truncated version. And so I text her like 5 minutes.
I just love
It's
it.
fine,
Always
I love
love
it.
it, just because
She
she
takes
does
like
all
all
the
the like
stuff.
study, I'm like, okay, can you look on iMovie and see what you can find, and like, she turns it into
You go, girl.
something amazing, and I'm like, like, or I'll like wake up and I'm like, can you, and I'll just learn a little bit.
It's great to have like talented person that you can, I find that like what really slows me down is all that emotional and intellectual time that you're spending thinking about those stuff, but if you can task it out.
Yes, and I love that I don't have to get into a lot of depth. Like, she's almost in a rant already, like, I just give her a little bit and she just does it, and I'm like, yeah, she did that like I described it to her so perfectly, but I did it in 3 months. I'm always telling her, right? And it's fantastic, like, I wanted to hire her. Sure. Last year was like, and I was like, and then we had 27 folks on their and Brian's all, hey.
Maybe it's done.
He's like, get it done. And I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to get that now. This is what it is. And
So we were ready for this.
So I just kind of stopped her, you know, we're not as now.
Did you guys know each other from previous life or?
I mean, everybody's interconnected. You know, she's smiling, it's not
But having everything in play, do you find the contract to close process is chaotic because someone's doing one thing?
I did not do that. I have things so Michelle doing no way.
And it sounds like you are too.
So I can say that I need to go with people because you can, yeah, you know, she will. Yeah, like I said, don't touch like your first. It's 30, 40,
Oh, really? So you're actually the head admin with a administrative assistant?
Yeah.
And you push Ryan away from it because of the organization.
Like, and so he does that, but I'm hoping that but I'm writing that with not for him, but at the same time, because I still do.
Are you and Ryan the same person as far as Keller Williams goes?
Yeah, I do.
So you're one agent as far as Keller Williams goes?
Yeah, they
So
split
you
up.
have one group and you guys
Yeah,
have
one
two different
scenario.
groups. You got one.
Each other own the
So, I'll do, I already have another agent and stuff.
But you're doing it, it's like your loop.
I'll pretend you're, I arrange her, put her in my
him and his wife is going to, if he needs to,
He
get
lost
the
it
password.
again, I know, yeah, so you're right. Because every time I go to the house, I out really late, so I'm gonna do it.
Well, thank you, y'all. It's really true, I've been really involved in my whole 2 years, about 2/3 fire, 1/3 listing. And it's, people say I don't like fire or whatever.
I'm a new real estate agent here,
And
and I
what
want
I'm
to know
tired
if
of is
you
the
have any interest.
high expectations for the buyer on it. It's like, look, you're not negotiating with me, I'm representing you, so stop trying to get me to get you to deal with
I'm on your team, I'm working.
And you can say that to them, but I said it to you, because you know exactly what I'm saying. This house is listed at
I'm not gonna
$400,
really sell my house, but it must be
75 all day long.
Heck, if you want us to sell our house, let's sell.
Or those other ones that are like, I'm on
Right.
brand new countertops, brand new
Or,
floors.
you know, right,
Alright.
hey, here it is, brand new countertops, it just came onto the market, it's $120,000, you gotta see it this afternoon. My dad says right at 150. Yeah, but your dad does, this one's gonna go for 130. And if you wanna buy the house, this is how you do it. My dad says that you're just trying to get me to spend more money. Will you put your dad in the room? Will you give me his phone number?
Family members of the worst, they're the worst.
And this isn't, somebody who's 20 years old, this is somebody who's 40. My dad said.
Okay, terrific. Well, I was
True story.
True story. We're gonna wait till next year when the market cools off. Oh, that's not gonna happen, we're gonna high interest rates and the market's gonna be. My dad said we should do it.
Yeah, I mean, we tried it.
Thanks, Debbie, I really appreciate it.
It's a great one. Right now.
And we'll call it in.
But now I'm like, do you want to know? Alright, so let's have a go. I buy my house or so. And I said, hey, I make a feel like that. I'm making a sale. It's more interesting, it's not interesting because, yeah,
You'll get something. There's something.
yeah, they just thank you. You are one of ours.
I know.
This is easier,
Yeah.
But there's fewer and farther between.
Your choice.
So now, database, you said database half a dozen times. Are you guys using the Goodwin database, or do you still got sheets and sheets of paper?
it's all in.
Do you wanna just do like me, because it's not like it's someone in here, do you have access to your maintenance phone number?
So it's transfer and
Yes, and,
I mean, you have access to people.
instead of having to do it,
I have a director.
do that, having Natalie Dawes going at this. And she's gotten really good. She has to be me.
That's right.
Take on this.
But you have an admin
That's
association.
more selling home, they're buying homes.
Oh, is that-
Their name, their phone number, their birthday.
That's true, she's with her, wait, no, she's not, but she was just your broker,
Like,
agent.
look what she made us, and I was like,
Well, that would have homeowners association do.
maybe I don't need to ask the questions, and then she puts that in the database. No, just take a picture and send it to the database, so that
What's the
she's
name of
like,
it?
gathering more information than we ever were. And she's just like, of course.
Right.
So, having her is fun.
Have you guys gotten to the
So when
point
you-
where you are organizing
You're still in
blocks
when
all the time?
you, so when you didn't get any homeowners association information,
So I don't
nobody's coming.
Yeah.
I don't make any phone calls.
Welcome,
I
so
don't.
the director.
I use social media.
Oh.
And like I'm in, I stay to the site board, yeah.
Okay, so let's try this.
Let's try, so when I work with, so I'm very.
Sure. Yeah, you have a contact information.
Facebook, let's use
Yeah,
Facebook.
Facebook, and we're working with Soraya.
For what?
But I made a post.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Renters,
Okay, I'll be
renters to homeowners that we finding.
Right.
I'll give her.
It is a program.
Yeah, it's a FHA program, USDA program. I got.
Well, it's getting a coach
So I can give you my.
to show you how to move from renting to owning.
Where I'm gonna be that,
Yeah,
because
so I posted that in 3 different sections.
I'm gonna be,
And I got
60, so I'm your whole line.
actively.
Oh, I reached out to you.
Yeah, they reached out to me, and then I reached out, and I put in touch with my husband, 5 minutes after. So, no, I was out, he was up in Marine. Sorry, what's this window? I gotta get better at that.
That's really good, that's a 10% turnover, really. 5 out of 16.
I was like, I'm actually older, right?
Hey.
Maybe this will help us put out there. And then all of a sudden my phone
Full. How are you? I'm like, hold on. And then Chrissy's like, I was like, you know, I just screenshotted it, right? One of my notes.
Congratulations. He's just fantastic, getting bigger every day.
I've been watching him on this part. She's great, she's lovely, she likes
He's a cutie.
So, how are you?
And they all said yes. And then so Christy said,
Your first year.
she calls me, she's like, it's happening. And I'm like,
Hello, she's all like, girl, you crossed the game, like, she's like, my phone is going up. I'm like,
yeah, but we did, we got 5 people.
Actually,
So.
we might do
And they
that.
turned into buyers.
Here.
Yeah.
That's
You get them one.
It's easier. Yeah, and I went back to Magnolia.
I own this house before we got married, and I'm getting, you know, a little bit tired of it. I'm doing a lot of fixing on gutters, and, you know, I caulked the driveway the other day, and, you know, honestly, it's an old home, and, you know, as soon as, Brody is 3, that might be something we're seriously interested in doing.
Are you boosting posts or are you working the groups?
I mean, I do both. I do boost posts. Does it work?
Well, you know what I would like to do, if you could,
So I'm a member of.
send me your, car, maybe, or, send me something,
Mom
on your
groups.
information on it, when you kind of get closer to that time.
Everywhere.
I
So
absolutely have
in the
it right
groups,
on mine.
I'm very active. So, you know,
Jake Jenkins,
last
as you know,
recommendation, ask for recommendation, and then I sprint from there.
okay, Johnny, that's great.
And
Congratulations to you.
thank
Very
you.
good.
It's crazy,
Good
like,
talking to you.
when people say,
Take care.
you know, see if that's the.
Bye-bye.
I'm all, oh, it's on,
Right.
it's on, like, I'm all right, hurry up. And like, I mean, and people get
I
sick.
thought you did great.
They're like, I don't even know, they're not gonna, I'm really hard at it. And so, that's just been.
Getting referrals from people you've never met.
Yeah! How can you get to that one photo? So.
You will.
Very heavy.
It's not the first time, the second time, the third time, but I really have to go through that. But just to know that you actually have it.
Yeah.
It's kind of good.
Take something into the conceptual class.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So like, I'm like, and we'll go out to eat all I know is when I sold my house and bought my home.
Right.
So I think that you're in design yourself, happy with that, and I know I've said a lot, I don't know, and if I think that way, like social media,
You know what? Yeah. This is exactly right. Because you're gonna be you when you meet. And the thing is like, this is why somebody doesn't know you first, and they feel like they're doing their
exactly.
for who you are.
Yes.
Now, I would support your husband in saying, you know what, I'd stay away from things that are religious and political. But everything else is completely fair game.
Yes.
It should be.
And like, I'll post like, the SB
You guys are
curriculum is a
cute.
mess, you guys, we need to fix this, you know, and it's like, so now, not only am I a real estate agent, I'm a parent at the school, our kids went to school together, you know, like, they feel like I'm, you know, part of the community. I'm trying not to make too much, but,
Keep positive.
yeah.
I was working towards the better again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you go, you're gonna teach your class.
How much longer do we have? A few more minutes, wishy wishy, like 3 minutes. I did make 2 calls. Okay, that's good. I know, it's overwhelming, right? Well, my last 48 hours, so I got 40 new deals going on in the last 48 hours while I was dealing with the agent decided she thought we should put in insurance. I was trying to hold that in. So I'm like so drained. Literally, that's how I felt like when, in the end of December, like my phone rang and I'm like, no, I'm gonna break this thing. I hate this thing. Like, I can't wait to turn this thing off. Like, I'm over it. Like, stop ringing, stop calling me. Like, and then when I got back, I'm like, hey, where's everybody at? What are you talking? Like, I'm refreshed now. Let's do this.
Hey, I got little kids too, and I got an ADHD that's just always yelling at me. Blue Parrot 350.
Is it an app?
No, it's all it said. And if somebody's 3 feet away from you yelling at you, they can't hear it.
Oh, a headset?
Yeah. Blue Parrot 350. I was at my kid's swim meet. You ever been in a swimming pool place?
Yeah, oh man.
Like I always have to walk out and go down the block
Yeah.
on the bleachers and out there. So it's that's why I got it, was for that. It's like $100 and it's $100 well spent. And then phone calls, they should be, they should be your spirit. Keep your heart in. Because I've listened to Ray. I mean, I've listened to Jen and Adam both say that their business turned around when they focused on their previous clients. That's how they went to. You want to do 30 million, right? That's how they went from 30 to 60. Both teams.
His Ryan was saying, in Blue Road, and then all of a sudden, like, he does really well. And he's like, what does he do? And so I'll tell them, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, your own limiting beliefs, you ask and help you, like, you do everything.
Well, Emily's huge
Yeah.
for Dan's
Yeah.
business. And what that is, and working with Jen, those two together, figuring out what are the best things to say.
Dynamic, really. Are you guys ready? Did we lose some people?
Excuse me.
I didn't mean to kick you.
I didn't mean to run over you.
Just gonna get his brother. Okay. We lost some people, so let's see if we get some people back up.
It does look like it's getting nasty.
Is it getting nasty out there?
My client, I called to verify the roads are getting slick. He's like, you probably don't want to come out here tonight. So we rescheduled.
Yeah, I have 9 a.m. No, I don't think it's gonna snow.
My app was a little confused.
I think it's just gonna be rain.
Maybe a little slick.
Yeah. A few people left, but that's alright. Alright, so, how many of you called people? Be honest. You called 2 people, how'd it go?
Good.
Good?
No one was my appointment.
But I set the appointment at a retirement party. I didn't get to talk to her very much, and I was able to get a lot of the details that I really needed for today, but I haven't had any time to get them before now. So this was great. She's supposed to send me her email. I'm gonna send her some comps and go from there.
Perfect. So the people that did call, like actually call, and then raise your hand if you texted. So how did your calls go?
I have a voicemail.
You got voicemails. So it's the middle of the day on a Friday. They're working, so.
I texted them too. Once I called, I texted them.
Yeah, and that's a great way to follow up immediately. Hey, I left you a voicemail. Did any of them text you back?
Not yet.
Okay. The fortune is in the follow-up, so keep following up with them. I mean, that is a true statement.
Yeah, so with one text, I actually got 2 leads from it. Basically, I work with a lot of stakeholders working in the social work field, so multiple, facets of business. And we work with sober living houses for, people that need it. And so I have a lady, basically, she just buys houses, nice houses, and then uses them as sober living. They do like different stuff to make it that way. And so I already knew she owned her own home, and then her 4 other houses, and I knew she was gonna continue to grow. So basically, she said that once she decides to buy again, that she'll touch base with me, and then also her business partner's moving from Texas, and they need to buy too.
Nice. So when she does this, does she currently have an agent that she uses, or
She
is
said
it
she
just
did it.
She did it.
She
Get
said
in
she
there,
did it.
girl. That's a
Yeah,
good
that's what I was
one.
thinking. I was like, and I know she'll just keep buying more and more and more. So,
Yes, that's a
yeah.
good one. That'll get you repeat business. And then, those people that are in sober living and stuff like that, they're gonna progress and they're gonna move up with their life.
Right.
And, you'll have a little in with them, and they can buy a little house and keep stepping up and improving their life.
Exactly. Yeah,
So-
that's tons of my clients. That's their ultimate goal is to own a home.
Yes.
But I mean, obviously at this point in their life, it's not appropriate. But I know down the road potentially if they change their life around, it could
Yeah, once they get their confidence up, with their
Yeah,
life
and
is
it's
getting
somebody
on
that's
track.
helping through that journey, like all of them, trust me with their life basically. And so
Yeah, they'll already trust you, they'll already, feel comfortable with you, so definitely add as many of them as you can to your database.
Okay.
And your database isn't just about calling them, texting them, Natalie has amazing drip campaigns and emails that go out. all sorts of things like, hey, it's the spring, it's time to change your filters, or, you know, hey, it's supposed to freeze, make sure you unplug your hose. And they just come through as, you know, a touch, and then they keep seeing the emails, they keep seeing my face and the red hair. You know, eventually, those aren't things that are gonna immediately produce business, but the more they see you, the more you touch them, the more chances are that that's gonna turn into a sale. So, definitely good stuff. Were you guys scared making your calls? No? Good. I know it can be very uncomfortable. Real estate is so uncomfortable. Like, I mean, it's awkward, it's uncomfortable, and I think that kind of stays even, you know, after you get a whole bunch of sales. There's still a little bit of uncomfortableness, especially when you're connecting with a stranger that does not know you, and you know, I immediately think, well, we're gonna be best friends, you know, and they're like, this girl's crazy. This girl talks.
You only get to be her best friend if you're a client, because she doesn't have time for regular friends.
You know what, that's so funny is that I do make friends with all my clients. All of them. They are our people. And then when we're done, it's almost like sad. Like, I loved hanging out with you. And they're like, come over for dinner. Well, maybe the next time you're by yourself, I gotta go. And I don't have time to hang out with you anymore. But we do. And because we build that relationship and that friendship, they're for us. And we still talk to them because the fortune is the follow-up. We'll still hit them up from time to time. Ryan and I just had a group tag. It's like, hey, Barbara Travis, like, we just saw you're having a baby. We're so excited for you. Like, and never ask for their business, but just keep up with them. So, why do you guys think that active lead generation is so important? Anyone?
Keeps your name in their mouth.
Well, lead generation leads to business,
Yeah.
right? So, and business leads to paychecks. So, you just gotta put your head in the game. So I think one of the most kind of differences between successful and not agents is if you have 27 under contract, which was crazy. We did that last year. At one time, we had 27 at one time, and I thought I was going to die because it was just me and Ryan. I mean, we were working 17, 18 hours a day, every single day. It was wake up, hit the ground until we were both exhausted. And I still did lead generation. And my partner Ryan was like, can you not? And I'm all, no, I don't know how to not. Like, and he's like, stop, you're killing us. That's when we hired Natalie. So that I can continue. Because what you do today is going to feed you tomorrow. And not even tomorrow, in 30 days, in 45 days. So if you're doing nothing today, you're not eating in a month. Like, nothing's coming in for you. So you have to constantly be living in the future. So, you know, in most jobs or, you know, budgets, you're planning for January. For me, I'm already in March. I'm like, what's happening in March, you know? And my husband's like, it's January? I'm like, dude, trust me, I need to be focusing on March. So your lead generation consistently will build you a successful business. Number one job, what you gotta do. So one of the greatest things about lead generation is that it can be inexpensive to straight up my second favorite four-letter word, free. So you can pay nothing. I guess it costs you your phone, but to make a phone call, to make a text message. Now, Ignite does focus a lot on phone calls. How many of you use social media? In what way would you say you would lead generate on like social media? What would you say?
The biggest one that I've been using right now is the Facebook Messenger, so it's almost like a text message. It's more personalized than just posting out to everyone, and then if they want questions or want more info or something specific to them, then I feel like they feel more comfortable talking about it because they know it's just to me and not on the page in the comments where everyone can read it.
So how do you get into a conversation with them on Facebook Messenger?
So what I've been doing now so far is I got my personalized app. So I've been doing that, and I'm just saying, and it's people that I know live in the area, you know, that sort of thing, and just say, hey, if you or someone you know would be interested in buying or selling, you know, send it my way, blah, 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 just kind of that sort of thing. So they'll download my app, kind of see, they're like, oh, I like that house, let's go look at it, you know, and just kind of start from that.
So you're just kind of coming at that in the app, right? Yep. And you're offering the app, so that's your contribution. You want to offer them something.
Right.
You don't want to ask them for something.
Right.
You want to give them something. That's kind of the biggest thing that people don't want to feel salesy. They want to know, what can you give me?
Exactly.
It's about me. It's not about you. So I always give them something. So I use social media. I mean, you know. And like I was telling Tim, if you're friends with me on social media, you're gonna think, this girl is annoying. This girl posts too much. Oh my God, I'm blocking her. I'm deleting her. I'm unfollowing her, whatever. And that's fine, because guess what? You know, my audience don't care. But the people that are attracted to my social media, they get a lot of benefit from it. So I don't just post on my page like, hey, I got a new listing, come by it. I am active in groups. So every kind of group. I mean, Tim and I literally just had this conversation. I'm in essential oil groups, mom groups, farm groups. I mean, just every group, like all of them. And yard sale sites, all of them. Every Ozark one, every Nixon one. I have my own, and I am active in the group. So I am buying stuff, selling stuff. People ask for recommendations, I give recommendations, I ask for recommendations, I complain about the car line. You know, like, I'm a part of the group. And people see me, they know me, they feel like I'm a part of the community. Our kids go to school together, they know me. And then I just sprinkle in a little bit of real estate. And then you've probably all seen posts like, hey, I'm looking for a good real estate agent. Dude, that's my favorite thing. Because I just sit back and just watch all these people recommend us that I've never seen before. I don't know who they are. They've heard good things about us. They've seen us somewhere, and they start giving us business. Also, I make a lot of posts that are, you know, generated towards real estate in the groups. Like I did this one, and you can steal it if you want. I don't care. It was like we have this renters to homeowners program. All you need is 2 years of steady employment, doesn't have to be at the same job, and at least a 580 credit score. Put info in the comments, and I'll get hold of you. Over 50, I don't even remember, 55, 56 people that I was, and way more than that, like put info, but I connected with that many people. And all I wrote back was, and by the way, there's no special program. You know, there is FHA, USDA, all the normal programs. Is all I did was I introduced myself. Thank you so much for being interested. My name is Joy Bray. I'm the co-owner, managing partner, Gateway Real Estate, Keller Williams. We've partnered with a great lender. She's a rock star and she's local. Would you like her contact information? And I gave them my lender's phone number. And we got 5 pre-qualified buyers. So that kind of stuff generates business. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there on social media. Do it. Post social media. Introduce yourself. The same thing as the script that you would call. Hey, I'm so excited. I just started a new career at Keller Williams. You know, or I just moved here and I'm so excited to sell at Keller Williams. Whatever works for you to introduce yourself. Make yourself a market expert. Just use your social media. And don't care if you annoy people. Because the more they see you, the more it's going to generate business.
So I have to say I snoozed you for 30 days, but then I went back and did a thing and went and looked at the.
It's fine. You're not going to buy or sell anything from it. It's fine. You might have missed a great open house opportunity. I don't care. And I mean, I have people delete me all day, and that I'm fine with it. Sometimes I'm a little offended, but for the most part, I'm fine with it because they're just not the audience that I'm going for. And when I'm not posting about real estate, I'm bombarding you guys with my kids. I love my kids. Just use your social media. A lot of people think that prospecting means that they're annoying people, which means they're just going to get rejected. But really what prospecting is, it's meeting people, building relationships, and people and strong relationships in real estate equal a successful real estate business. So it's really about the people. So capture, connect, close, cultivate, keep going. So let's see. I'm going to steal your idea. You said I could. Steal it. I can send it to you too. I got it.
I will say that I've been posting like under contract in my open houses, and some of my girlfriends and stuff have been sharing it with their people.
Yes.
And so like one of the referrals I got from, they're like, yeah, I saw that they had showed this, and apparently they looked at my account after I talked to them, and they had seen some of the stuff that I've done. Like, yeah, you look like you've been really busy, huh? And I'm like,
Yes, because people want to be surrounded with people that are successful.
One thing, be careful, like your own Facebook page, if you focus too much just purely on real estate, not personal
Yes.
stuff, you can get dinged
Yes.
on Facebook.
Yes. I've never had that happen to me, but I have heard that that does happen, that Facebook doesn't want you on doing too much business. Another great thing with, your under contracts or at closings, always post it. I usually post it on my real estate page, and then I share it on my personal page, and I tag my people and all that. So what happens is, when you tag them, of course, all their friends see it, and then a year from now, it's gonna pop up in your memories or your time pop, and then you're like, oh my gosh, happy anniversary, and then you tag them again, and again, their people see it. So I don't know. It's just important to stay personal on it, and it turns into business. I don't know how to explain it any other way. Use your social media. And always close them on your phone calls, on your text messages. There's tons of different ways to close them. I mean, you can hard close them, like, let's meet up, what are you doing right now? You can soft close them, like, I really enjoyed talking with you, and we want to discuss this further. You can do like a complete direct close, like, you want to meet today, or tomorrow? Is tomorrow better? What do you want to do? You're almost telling them, like, we're gonna meet, when do you want to do that? You can do kind of indirect, like, would it be okay if I sent you some information and maybe we can hook up, meet up? You can kind of test it out, like, I gave you a lot of good information, you can think it over, maybe get back to me. There's so many different ways. I try to close them. I make an appointment, I get them down in my book, I call 2 days before, and make sure that we are still on. I'm really good. I do offer them 2 options, so they don't feel the pressure. I do the, hey, I have Tuesday, or at 3 o'clock. If that doesn't work for you, I can do Wednesday in the morning. Which works best for you. And it doesn't really give them an option to say no. It gives them, it's like we have these 2 options. What's your option? And they'll pick one, and we'll close them. So just want to keep cultivating, and you want to make it your own. You don't want to read a script. I mean, the scripts are available and they're great. Tweak them, make them your own, do what you do. Before you know it, it's just going to come out natural. You want it to sound like a conversation and not a script. So work your sphere, your immediate family, your spouse, their family, your friends, your neighbors, and then ask them if they're like, no, you already asked me, like, I'm not selling my house. That's all right, who do you know? Can you give me just one name? Come on, everyone, you know one person who's looking to buy yourself. I ask my 16-year-old sister-in-law every time I see her. She's like, I'm 16. I'm all, but your friend's parents, like, they know someone. She's like, teacher. Yes, teacher. I'm like, you know someone, Kara. Give me someone. And she's like, oh my gosh. And guess what? She gave me someone. So you just kind of keep asking for business. You don't get what you don't ask for. So don't be afraid to ask for it. I mean, there's like your hairdresser, the guy that fixes your car, like people that come to my house, my husband preps them. He's like, oh, you here to fix my dishwasher? My wife's gonna ask you a question, wait. And they come in the kitchen, I'm like, are you here to fix my dishwasher? And yeah, I'm like, great, who do you know that's gonna buy, sell, invest in real estate this year? They're like, what? He's like, I told you, that's all. So I ask everybody, every single person. I got new windows, I got that guy. The guy that power washed my front walk, you go out there, ask him. I'm not afraid to ask because, you don't know. They might know someone. So put yourself out there. Time blocking is important. That's why I said I got my planner. I was going to talk a little bit, a few people about a planner. I'll kind of this. My planner is broken down by the hour, so I do make sure that I, have everything written down. So I know what my calendar is like and block the time for whatever works for you. So if you're gonna make phone calls, block that time. This is what I'm doing right now. So if someone calls you and they say, I need to make an appointment, go on the appointment, obviously, but make sure that you're making your time, because it's really important to do that. Good job, good job. Let's see, what is this? So how many of you are doing like open houses? Are you finding that you're getting business from open houses? I know you are.
Basically, I'm going to my first ones this weekend. So
Okay.
I got 10 on my list that I'm going to go to.
So you're gonna go to open houses, but have you held open an open house?
No.
No.
Nothing like that yet.
I would recommend getting with another agent.
Okay.
That's what Sheila did. She called me out. I didn't know her. She was like, "Can I hang out with you?" I'm like, "Come on." And we had a great time.
There was like 60 people at that open house.
I was so glad you were there. It was a steady stream. So get with another agent that's holding it open. Ask if you can hang out with them.
Okay.
I never mind. I'll show you what I do. I'll show you the cookies that I serve, and I'll show you, what I do and how I have them sign in, and I'll show you the whole thing. So definitely get that, and it's good to have that another agent country, and then you can make it your own. So I did start off with Ryan showing me how to do open houses. Ryan's not allowed to do open houses. Oh, he's so boring, and he's got like mints. But open houses are very important. So
Brandy Massey teaches a really good class.
Brandy Massey teaches a great open house class. So she built her business on open houses. And you can do it too. And it's free. So, you want to buy some cookies, fine. It's $3 for some cookies. But there are open house sign-in sheets on Canterbury Connect. You can print them off and have them sign in. There's tons of resources available to you. You can print out MLS flyers. One thing that Brandy Massey does is she prints out a bunch of MLS flyers and she just writes on there with marker, open house Sunday, and then she hits up both sides of the street on Saturday, and she knocks on the door and she passes it out, and she invites everybody. If you know anybody that's coming to this open house, free. And open houses can bring you a lot of business. And so let's say you have an open house and 50 people show up, but not a single one of them turn into a buyer. Every single one of them, where do they go? In your database. Yes. So they could turn into a buyer later. I actually had one that came in a year later. They called me. They're like, "Do you remember me from that open house in Wicklow?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And they bought a $500,000 house from a $300,000 open house. So, Porches and a follow-up. What else? What other ways do you guys think that you can prospect for business? Do you think we covered it all?
For sell by owners, expireds,
So you said expireds. Do you call expireds every day?
no, I have a hard time finding numbers.
Okay. We have a letter that we send out. And I will tell you, I do not prospect Keller Williams expired listings. I don't know if that's a thing. We just don't. Fur culture, that's Keller Williams. I skip them. But, Marty Reasonable is fun. I will prospect your expired listing. I will prospect your, cancel listing. But not Keller Williams. But that is a really great way to get business.
What do you usually like getting your phone numbers for?
I use the white pages.
Okay.
And, you just gotta hone your stalkers once in a while. So if you can get their name, which is in the tax record usually, if it's on the listing, you can plug that into Google, you can plug that into Facebook, you can stalk them, just pretend like they're hooking up with your husband. You'll find out. So, but you don't wanna be pushy or anything like that, but expired listings and canceled listings, those are good ways to make business. Always come from contribution, always. So, do you work for sale by owners?
I've called a few, I've gone to a few, I've only gotten a couple appointments from calling. And they were just listed, they were not ready to, there's one that I'm nurturing, she's not listed with anybody else, it hasn't gone down, and she kind of gave me the impression that if she didn't sell it by end of February, she would list it.
Have you offered to hold an open house for her?
I was actually thinking about calling her, and doing that for her this next week, so.
Make sure you get authorization to show.
Sure.
But,
I
yeah.
was wondering, because I'd actually been thinking about that and trying to figure out the best way to do it, so just do it.
So you're coming from contribution for her, so you're offering her something instead of, you know, her trying to give me your listing, I want your listing. So you're gonna turn it around.
So you can do that, like you can hold an open house for them, but then you like aren't even their agent or anything yet, is that correct?
Correct. You have to have an authorization to show.
Right, okay.
And it is a little trickier
Okay.
because, you know, you're gonna have to put it out there. You're gonna have them go and update their Zillow listing that it's open, and you're gonna have to really market it.
That's what I
You're
was
gonna have to
gonna
door
say.
knock the neighborhood, you have to have a ton of signs, like, you're gonna have to market it. It's not gonna be like the MLS that syncs it to, you know, 800 pages.
What kind of signs do you usually put out for that, since you're not actually listing the house?
I
You just
still
put
put my
it-
same size.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So would you put your signs like your listing sign with Keller Williams and your name on it, or you just put your open house sign?
Just my open house sign.
Okay.
yeah, and I have I fought for a long time with signs, the little arrow ones, that the ground and I, this is right ground. I did buy ones that open, and you just set them down. They're so much better, and they're metal, and they're just great. But tons of signs. The more signs, the better. And they'll tell you balloons and flags and anything that you can get attention. And I say put your picture, because there's so many Keller Williams signs. Like, you know, they don't know who you are from, you know, Dan Holt or whoever. But I do think that a lot of people are gravitated towards me because they see my picture on every corner. Because there's that right there. So they kind of get to know you. But always come from contribution. Always, always, always. And always be a trusted resource for your for sale by owners. Like, I know you're not really interested in listing with an agent right now, but I wanted to give you some market stats on kind of what's going on. I did want to give you a CMA so that you know that these are the prices of things that have sold recently. You know, and give them something branded. Put your name on it, put your picture on it, give them something. Come from contribution. Every time, all the time, come from contribution. So.
I saw something last night, I hadn't done this another agent thing, but I'm holding an open house Saturday at this house, and she is Sunday.
Yeah.
So I was telling Liliana when I got out there, there's already, you know, you've got 2 open house signs for Saturday and Sunday in the yard.
Yeah.
But she wrote her contact info on the bottom of it.
Yeah.
If you have any questions about this house, call me. If not, they're gonna call Adam Creighton.
Yeah. How does Adam feel about that?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's interesting.
I hadn't seen anybody do that, but, on her open house sign, I hope I didn't tell anybody. But,
No, I mean, everybody does
I
things
don't know if
different.
I don't know if we're supposed to do that, but I thought that's really interesting because, well, you know, that's true, she probably should not do that, huh?
Well, I didn't say she shouldn't do that. I just asked how
Can't
Adam
do
felt.
I can't remember which agent it was a big agent that I had asked, because the first couple open houses I had done, they were for Evan Deshawn, and he had his own signs. However, the next time, I don't remember what agent it was, and they're like, no, we allow you to put your own out so you can brand yourself.
Yes.
So
if you do
I
my
just
open house, you
presumed-
do whatever you want. I don't care. I mean,
I think it's probably just courtesy that you check with the agent
Yes.
that you're showing the home for.
Exactly.
Now, I just noticed and I thought that was good, you know, because
Yeah.
now that this particular house now has 3 different agents signed in the yard.
Yeah.
You see that, because mine's there, hers is there, and Adam's is
It's a
there.
little confusing.
You know, so.
I just want to put some input on it. I think this calls for common sense.
Yes.
It's your open house the day that you're doing it. So if it's
Yeah.
my listing, I don't want your phone number in front of my house on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if you're listing it on Sunday.
Yeah, so you just want to check with the agent.
That's
Well,
smart.
that's what I was thinking, is like the ones on the street.
Yeah, if it's just
I
Sunday.
still think you should check with the agent.
Yes.
I would not have a problem with you if you're hosting my house on Sunday having a a sign in front of my house with your phone number on it. But those for sale signs are about listings, they have to have. There's legal stuff going on.
Right.
And your point really is at an open house is to say to the person, how many open houses are you going to today?
Yeah.
You know, what kind of house are you looking for? Not kind of advertise that as your listing.
Right.
I agree. It's about the relationship with the person inside the house on Sunday, 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Not about trying to use someone else's
And I will say, I hadn't seen that happen, but the directional signs to the house were all taken down. Those particular signs were, but for the one in the yard was still up, so I'm
If
not
you're gonna
sure.
get creative, just make sure you check with that agent and
I think
see
that's
their
right,
level of
yeah.
comfort on what you're doing. That's what. But open houses are fantastic.
Right.
You're there to get buyers. You know, sellers who think you're there to sell their house, let them think that, even though that's not what you're there to do.
That's a good suggestion.
I hadn't even thought of putting my name in their yard, like an open house sign. I was
Me
thinking of
neither.
my directionals, having
Yeah.
personalized directional open house signs.
Yeah.
Would there shouldn't be any conflict of interest in that, should there?
I think if,
What
I don't
are
know,
you saying now?
Like the directionals for the open houses, like when you put a bunch of them up, and I was thinking about getting some personalized ones, because I've been doing a lot of open houses. But I wouldn't have thought to put my name in the yard because the fact that their sign's there, you know, but I was thinking the directional, since I'm placing those and doing the advertising, so I guess still.
so it really depends on the agent. So for me, I don't care. If you hold my house open, I want your signs out Thursday. I'm not giving you my signs, but they have my face on it. You're doing the open house, put your signs up. But I wouldn't want someone to have something that said, call me, like in the yard, you know, for 3 days. So, you know, like that would,
I think it is smart, like, there were so many, it was just interesting, it's the Village of Thornhill, there were so many signs out.
Yeah.
You really need to have your address on your directional signs. I saw that last, just some point, you know, because all these signs are pointing in the same direction.
Well, they're great, go to the direction of yours.
Yeah, so I thought you should rent your the address where you're open, you know, just so.
Well, and if they're out, they're gonna hit them all.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of like another limiting belief that people think is like, they come into your open house and you have, you know, a vibe with them, and then you think, oh, you wanna nail them. Yeah, well, meanwhile, they left, and they went to 10 other open houses, they talked to 10 other agents, they ate 10 other cookies, and they forgot about you. So you have to follow up with them.
10 times better than your picture, phone number, any of that stuff is balloons the day that you open.
Yes.
Put balloons on every single sign, put something on the door, put something on the mailbox. This house is open. It's 10 times better than anything else you can do.
Agree. Agree. They're
One thing that I do is, if the house is empty, I make a video, put it on Facebook. I mean, and I boost it, it's free advertisement for the listing agent, you know, I mean, they're not gonna get mad. I usually call them and tell them what I'm doing, but they say, yeah, sure.
That's a great thing.
Yeah, Facebook Live. I don't remember the stats on it, but I did read some stats on it. Numbers tend to go away. But people tend to watch Facebook Lives. The number is much greater than a pre-recorded video. So, you know, and you want to, you know, put something on your title that what's happening, what, you know, to get them to tune in to your, whether it's clickbait or not. Like, you guys are never going to believe this. And that's all they say, Joy Praise Live, you're never going to believe this. And then, oh, he just said open house. She tricked me. But now they're watching. But yes, I do tons, and they're so uncomfortable. So Chris Russell used to do the TL here. He made me do them. He told me I had to. And at the time I was new, and I thought, Chris told me I have to do it, so I have to do it. And now I'm like, thanks, Chris. Because they started off like me, like, so now I'm very comfortable doing it. I don't care. I just go live and just go with it. And people expect it. Like, I go on listing appointments. They're like, when are we getting our Facebook Live video? And I'm like, you get that photo today. And on open house. So they expect it. People watch it. They share it. So going live is very important. And they see you, and they feel comfortable with you. I got a bunch of messages. At the open houses, I ask people for referrals. I talk to them. I ask them, you know, a little bit about themselves, you know, and how they found out about my open house and kind of what their plans are. And, you know, oh, I'm just looking at this for, you know, my daughter. Great, you know, I'd love to help your daughter. If you want to shoot me in, I'll text her my app. What's her number? Let me text her my app real quick. So then what I've done is I've got the number, and that's going to my database, and then I have no problem asking for numbers and telling someone that you're going to send them the app immediately. I send it to you right now. So they could give you a fake phone number on the paper, you know? People give you fake phone numbers. But if they're standing right in front of you and you're like, let me text you my app so you can see all the open houses in the area, then, you know, you're right there. Ding. Gotcha.
You got a digit wrong.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any kind of questions or? No? Any other social media that you guys use besides Facebook?
I'll put stuff on Instagram.
Instagram? How do you use your Instagram?
I just will screenshot it, and sometimes if it's a really pretty house, I'll find a couple really neat pictures in the house, and I'll put like 3 of them, and then I'll put, hey, join me at this open house this weekend, and know of anybody looking to buy. Like over the holidays, I was like, hey, if your family's in town, come see this open house. If they're thinking of moving to this area, it's a great time for them to see what's out there.
So my kid tells me that Instagram is for the cool kids on it.
That's what.
And Facebook is for the moms. Only old people are on Facebook. I don't know. Right? Did Katie tell you? I don't think that's true, but whatever.
Well, I had several people say just
Instagram.
Facebook and.
Yeah, so apparently there's like Instagram stories and like all this, you know, and then of course hashtags and so get on there and play with Instagram. I've given that to Natalie at this point because I guess my kid put that in my mindset that I'm too old to be on it.
Well, if you share on Instagram, you can share it
to your Facebook.
So
It's all owned by the same company, but I guess Instagram stories is like where it's at. And I don't know. So work your Instagram. Don't just work your Facebook. Because guess what? No matter what you hear, millennials are buying houses. They are. So, any ahas from any of this today? Not from my class at all today?
Well, I watch you every day. I still watch your lives, and I'm not even buying a house.
Well,
I know you do things.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned the Facebook groups, not necessarily just putting real estate stuff in there, but being active in there, so they don't see you as, oh, the only reason she's in here is to sell us some stuff. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I talked to this girl the other day about my essential oils, and then, you know what I mean? So it's like personalized almost, like, and they feel like you're friends.
Yes.
You know?
And so I bought, the girl that I buy essential oils from, which I'm very hippie on my essential oils, she knows I'm a realtor, you know? And how I approached her with buying oils from her is I was like, listen, I'm having an open house, and this house smells like dogs. What, you know, I didn't say like anything about like her buying from me or anything. I just let her know as an agent, I was doing an open house, I needed an essential oil that would get rid of this dog smell while I was over there. And I just moved on with my day. And this girl knows that I sell real estate. She sends me people. I bought something for her, so I contributed to her. I share her stuff. So I just kind of built a relationship with her without ever asking her for any business whatsoever. So, I mean, that's just how you build a relationship with people.
I think anybody who's in business themselves, you know how hard it is, so everybody's willing to help. It's
Even business owners.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And business owners help business owners.
I went to the doctor's office the other day and I said, hey, I'm selling real estate. And brought it and here's my card. He laughed, but you know.
When I was in labor, I hit up all the nurses, all of them. I was like in labor, my husband's all, can you just not work today? And I'm like, I guess. I'm like, I'm just waiting. Nothing's happening right now. Might as well talk to these ladies. He's like, oh my God. But I mean, just talk to everybody. Put yourself out there. I have 100% faith that every single person in this room can be a capper and beyond. Like, no doubt about it. So set your mindset to it and just do it. That's all I can say, really. You can do it, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, girl, you can do it. You got it. Like, just don't
We have some houses for sale, I just need them to sell.
Just don't underprice. She called me last night, she said, just don't underprice your life.
She posted her listing and she did.
Instead of 200,000, it was 20,000.
She put 20,000. I was like, hey girl, you missed a number, but if that's the price, I'm offering full price right now.
Yeah, so she was texting me and I got somebody from upstate New York. Oh, you have a house for sale for $20,000?
Oh, right.
It was a mistake, but it says here 20,000. I said, no, it won't say that.
Just kidding, we're gonna fix that.
Like, I find you something else.
Yeah, I was ready to jump on it.
That's an interesting point for people to call and be, oh, now they're what it is.
It doesn't look good to have that price increase though. So, I mean, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, hit me up. Facebook, add me as a friend, unfollow me if you want. You can message me, you can text me, like I'm 100% here to help you guys grow your business and be successful, and I will be so excited for you guys. Like I will be right there celebrating with you. So, and I know a lot of agents say that, but I swear to God I mean it. Like, hit me up, right? You know. Tony calls me all the time. Tony calls me all the time. I'm like, you got this, girl.
And your last name is Bray, is that right? B-R-A-Y?
B-R-A-Y, yep. I do have 2 Facebook profiles. Okay, the reason for that, oh, it's my husband. Sometimes you post too much on Facebook, puts you in jail. They do, they like block you from so I have a backup one, and sometimes I go on that one, but not really, but this is my backup one. So, I think I'm wearing a gray dress in my one that I use all the time. So, if I can make a picture. But, does anybody have any questions for me right now? No?
Can I sit on your next open house?
Yeah. It's not gonna be this Sunday.
Ask if it was legal, and you told me yes yesterday.
Yeah, just don't talk. Just listen.
Yeah, he says you can't advertise, you can
Don't
just
talk.
watch it.
It's fine, you can just listen.
Okay.
I'm talking up about listen. Yes, I have 5 listing appointments, so one of those is you're gonna be live. I'll let you know which one it is. Are you gonna be off on Sundays?
Am I gonna be what?
Off on Sundays?
Yeah. I do it at this year.
So, Sunday 2 to 4, that's when your open house is. Well, I appreciate you guys coming to my class. I hope I did it for my first time ever.